Ciao, Patrick here from A Guide to Italy, and I want to give you five must knows before you head to Italy. And the first one are legal differences. Now, I'm not a lawyer, this is not legal advice, but the lawyers that I talked to did tell me some information I thought was quite interesting. One is that identification is required in Italy. So, if you're going anywhere and you're not an EU citizen, typically this is your passport and not a photocopy of the passport, but the passport itself. If you are stopped by authorities, you are expected to have it. If you don't, they might be nice or they could detain you until they can figure out who you are. So, a little tidbit there. Something else related to the legal system is that hotels and lodging structures need the legal record and identification of everyone who's going to be staying at a particular lodging. So, again, they'll ask for passports of all individuals staying, not just whoever made the reservation. Something else is the concept of being innocent until proven guilty. This is quite popular and enshrined in culture in the US. Well, in Italy, the idea is that you are not guilty until you are convicted. So there's a slight difference here in semantics, but what this means is this means that there can be preemptive detention and there's no concept of bail. So it's not like you can go and post some bail and get out of jail if you have some legal issues. Also, the outcome of a trial is not determined by a jury of your peers, as it is in some countries, it is determined by the judge. Next, let's talk about beaches. Well, many beaches in Italy are not free. There are free beaches, but a large amount, a very large amount, are managed by private businesses. And so, what this means is that they have umbrellas, they have chairs, they have facilities and restaurants that you are able to use, but that comes at a price. So, to rent an umbrella, to rent a chair, you are expected to pay and not just take your things to the beach and find a spot. That would only be at a private beach. So again, some free beaches exist, and in the Italian culture, however, in these beach clubs that manage these facilities, you might find that Italians might rent a cabana for a month or the entire summer and bring their families there as a tradition. So, beach going to the beach is a big tradition for Italians. Next are toilets. When it comes to toilets, Italian toilets can really vary in standards. So it's good for you to know because you might find a toilet like this one on the right here with no seat, no paper, and it probably will be private and you can close it off. And you might find a variety of different flushing mechanisms. Sometimes there's on the left here, you see a pedal or a button that you push on with your foot. Sometimes you push things against the wall. There might be a chain above you that you pull. I don't know. There's so many different ways to do it. So that can be a bit of a surprise to you. Some are a bit nicer, but just be aware that there can be difference in toilets, particularly public toilets is where we see these differences. Private ones tend to be quite nice. When it comes to laundry and when it comes to energy, Italy imports a lot of energy and they can be quite expensive. So, as a consequence, you'll find that washers are slow, they're energy efficient. They can take a very long time to wash, sometimes over an hour to go through a wash cycle. And you're often not going to find a clothes dryer. So, you'll see that you'll have your clothes hanging outside, as you see right here. And also, when it comes to energy, Italians typically shut off lights when they leave rooms, they close doors. And when you leave your apartment, when you leave a B&B or a hotel room, you may find that the air conditioning will be turned off, or you should turn it off because Italians tend to conserve energy, and that's how they look at that. And one final thing to talk about here is trash and recycling. So, Italy is a small country and they take sustainability, they take trash, they take recycling very seriously. So if you're staying somewhere, you'll notice there might be 4 or 5 different trash bags for different things that you're supposed to organize in terms of recycling. And you look how neat they did with all these different milk containers here when they put them out for recycling. So you'll be expected to do the same. And if you don't, you're probably going to hear about it. And one thing that you want to do is just take a really close look at that at the chart that's in your Airbnb or hotel, or ask about it and try to help be part of the solution to the problem rather than creating more problems. That's it though for these 5 things that I think are quite interesting and different when it comes to Italy. For more tips and more information, please continue to check out other videos on A Guide to Italy.